What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Pet Shop Boys. And indeed, we're back with a bonus tune from their 1986 album, Please, and now I think, I was just looking on Discogs earlier, and I think the last track I reacted to, In the Night, is actually a bonus track too. Correct me if I have that wrong, but yeah, I think the tune before that was the final tune on the regular original release of the album. Either way, this is definitely a bonus tune. I've seen it listed in a couple different places by a 12-inch mix or a 10-inch mix. I assume, one of those is either like a typo or just they called it, different things. If they really are two different remixes of this track, do let me know. But as far as I know, I think it's the same thing. Either way, the tune is A Man Could Get Arrested, 12-inch mix. Now, I don't think the original was on the album, so perhaps this is something that, was worked on in one capacity, didn't make it to the album, and then they sort of reworked it as like a 12-inch mix, which typically, for an 80s tune, and this is 86, so I feel like this is, very much in that vein, it would typically mean like a sort of more dance floor oriented dance, kind of floor to the floor version of the track. So I wonder if this is going to be that sort of flavor, but again, not having known the original as far as I remember. Let me know if I'm remembering that wrong, but I don't think that tune, or a tune by that name, was on the normal part of the album. So yeah, I don't really have a basis of comparison. A man could get arrested, it's a conditional statement, it's a hypothetical, it's basically speculating that if someone did something, a man could get arrested for fill in the blank. So yeah, it suggests potentially, I guess, unlawful behavior, or at least behavior deemed to be unlawful, right? Because that's the thing, not all laws are just, but ultimately people take a different attitude of whether, by its very nature, a law makes some sort of statute just, or whether justice is something that exists at the very least independent of, if not in some cases like adjacent or contradictory to the law. So yeah, the idea of a man could get arrested, it could go different ways. It could be about licentious or at least reckless and unsafe behavior, or it could be about the way in which someone's actions or even just person could be deemed to be criminal, and therefore a man could get arrested merely for being, or merely for exercising what should be their rights or liberties. So yeah, I feel like we could go a few different ways, but with that 12-inch mix signifier or moniker hanging onto the end of it, it just makes me think that, maybe this will be less important in terms of lyrics and more about the groove, more about the sonics. I guess we'll find out. This is Pet Shop Boys, A Man Could Get Arrested, the 12-inch mix, a bonus tune from their 1986 album, Please. I thought it would be bassline, but we got the full rolling, choppy breakdancing percussion. Oh, there it is. Kind of that cowbell-like rhythm. Don't say, powerful tune. It's got swagger to it.
You got your healthy for everything like what my doctor said. You may not have much cash, but you've got a roof over your head. Of course I said I loved you, not just cause you insisted. How much longer a man could get arrested? If you wanna roll, don't talk.
That opening of the chorus is like a majestic moment.
If you wanna
Like a heightened theatrical delivery in the chorus.
don't I? Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Do it.
If you wanna stay, don't say. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
It's like perfect, like structurally and like terms of the progression. I love that. Again, it did feel like a 12-inch dance mix. It felt like, you know, that sort of syncopated, like very frenetic percussion mixed with those little touches, little like crystalline sort of xylophone and the sort of all the rhythms that were part of it. That was fantastic. I would be curious to hear the original, but even like in that context, even with a like maybe a percussion scheme that is a little bit atypical from what I've come to maybe expect from what I would hear, again, it very much sounded like a dance mix, but even in that context, that was a really great song. Like what I did catch from the lyrics seem very powerful. So yeah, again, I got to hear it again. I got to hear it some more. And again, I'd be curious to know if there is like an original version of the tune, where perhaps my brain could like relax a little bit and listen to the lines a little bit more because I'm less focused on the sort of the groovy syncopation. But again, as I said, it had like had an attitude to it. It felt like, especially in the chorus, like it felt like he was really sort of like, you know, belting out powerfully, and you know, with the echo, it added this sort of like, you know, he's on a mountaintop, like shouting it down sort of feel. So yeah, really cool tune. There are several more, or not several is probably the wrong term. Like a couple, first two, then a few is maybe up to like 6 or 7, and then you get to several. So there's not that many left. I think there's like 4 or 5 left. So a few more bonus tunes on this album. And then we'll move on to the next album. Once again, shout out to Seb and all the other people, Izzy as well, you know, who are here for the Pet Shop Boys reactions and who in the first place suggested that it would be a good idea. So big ups to all of you. Do let me know what you think of this tune. I will see you next time. Peace.